different experience lah.
Now, come a little bit closer, please. Okay. So that we can just read from the New Testament this part which is referring to this place. We said before when we started this tour that St. Paul started later on driving to Meteora. I have a CD, a DVD, which is about the missionary journey of St. Paul. So you will see the different places we visit. Now, Athens was the place he arrived after Macedonia. And it says here that having come to anchor in Piraeus, Piraeus is the port of Athens, he went up from the harbor to the city. Advancing onwards, he met several of his philosophers. In his first conversation, finding the Athenians much devoted to religion, he discoursed on sacred subjects. This was at Athens, where also altars of unknown gods are set up. The place where he, we suppose, spent some time arguing with the people was the Agora. The Agora was the central square of Athens. And this is right behind the hill. So everything was always around. We see when we go up. We go up and we see over the top of this Agora. And what later on he said here is that about that unknown God. So he argued in the synagogue with the Jews and the devout persons, and in the marketplace every day with those who chanced to be there. Some also of the Indians spoke to him, and some said, "What is this Acropolis?" Others said, "Simply the picture of holy things. With Jesus and the resurrection." The resurrection is in the beginning. And they took hold of him and brought him to the Areopagus. This is the Areopagus. This Areopagus in Greek means the hill of Mars. Mars. Mars is the name of a god, ancient god, the god of war. May we know what this new teaching is which you present. This is what they ask you. For you bring some strange things to our ears. We wish to know therefore what these things mean. Now all the Athenians and the foreigners who live there spend their time in nothing except telling and hearing something new. What was the Mars Hill? The Mars Hill was the Supreme Court, which means that it's something we don't see in London, but there was a place of justice in Athens. And some people go to see the other side, the Agora, but this we see through the back. There was a house of justice. The Supreme Court was about several occasions related to crime. One was murder, and the second was insult to the gods. That's probably the reasons why the Athenians brought St. Paul here. They felt that there was something against the rules of religions. But he was never thrown into prison like they did with Philippi. They finished the law. Here, by the time he was here, St. Paul, Athens was in a decline, but still a university city. It means that people were open-minded. They wanted to learn more things, but they were acting. This is something different before, like here. So after they heard what St. Paul had to say, they let him go. But he didn't spend much time here because it wasn't the place he was looking for. So after some time, we don't know exactly how much time he stayed here, but after some time, we know that he left for foreign. I'd like just to read what St. Paul stands to extending before the temple. This here. So Paul, standing in the middle of the Areopagus, said, "Men of Athens, I perceive that in every way you are very religious. So as I passed along and observed the objects of your worship, I found also an altar with this inscription, to an unknown God. What therefore you worship is unknown. This I proclaim to you, the God who made the world and everything in it, being Lord of heaven and earth, does not live in shrines made by man, nor is he served by human hands, as though he needed anything, since he himself gives to all men life and breath and everything. And he made from one every nation of men to live on all the face of the earth, having determined allotted periods of their habitation, that they should seek God in the hope that they might live after him and find him. Yet he is not far from each one of us, for in whom we live and move and have our being, as even some of your servants have said, for we are indeed his offspring." This is what you see here, written on this plaque. This plaque. Okay. It will be tiring to stop you here and there. I give you the information here, and then we walk and show the most important spots. Now, before I continue, the time is 10 o'clock. We walk all together, we sing the explanation, and then we're going to walk, see what time we're finish, because we're going to give us some time. If not, we must go. 11 o'clock, the meeting will be in front of the exit. This is the way down. Did you see? That's the way down. That's the way up. Exit. So exit. In front of the exit, you see me waiting. Exit. 11. Wait. The gate. Not the gate. Okay. Now. 11 o'clock, we will go to our bus. Okay, 11. 1 hour from now.
Gate at the gate, 11.
Okay, so let me show you how the Acropolis was. Can you all see that? All right, so the Acropolis, we said many times in Greek, means the top of the city. And the Acropolis 3,500 years ago was the place where the kings used to live. Today we see nothing from the palace, no remains of the palace. What we see up here are temples. Why? Because the monarchy, actually we're not follow group. Okay, have a look here, it's even better.
The bigger map is there.
The reserved place.
Yes, I just...
We are standing at the moment right here.
Right there.
So what we see up there is the main entrance of the Acropolis. This is the main entrance. And the first of the three temples, because totally today we see three temples. One is before the gate, this very small one. Can you see if you look up a small temple?
That's the small one.
With 4 Ionic, this is the temple.
Oh, this is the one.
And after we enter the Acropolis, we see the other two.
Cool.
This is the place, probably the most sacred spot at the top of the Acropolis. They believe that 2 of the 12 gods who had the fight for the possession of the city, because after the monarchy stopped, no kings, the palace which was right here was of no use. So what people decided to do was over the ruins of the palace to build the first temple. This is the first temple built up there. That's the spot of the first temple. The myth says that over there, 2 of the 12 gods had a fight for the possession of the city. One was the god of the sea, Poseidon. The other was the goddess of wisdom, Athena. And they were fighting over here. The king of Athens, this is a story, asked from the 2 gods a gift. And the deal was that the one who offers the most precious gift, he or she will be the one to have the city. Poseidon struck the rock over here with his trident, and water came out, but that was seawater, salted water. Athena offered an olive tree. This is the olive, planted on the most sacred spot at the top of the hill. All the trees you see around you are olives. And we said the first day that the olive oil was, and it is still, our main exportable agricultural product. So she won because she offered the tree and the olive. On the spot of the fight, they built the two temples. One room was for the goddess, and one room was for the goddess of wisdom. While the last one, the most impressive and famous today, which is Parthenon, this is the temple we saw as we were driving this morning. This was built for the winner of the fight. This is exclusively for goddess Athena. While the first temple, this small one you see, if you look up there, that was built for Athena, but Athena Victory. The Greek name for victory is Nike. Actually, this Nike is pronounced. And the story is that inside that small temple, there was a statue of goddess Athena showing her as a Nike, as a victory, but victory with no wings. Because the Athenians wanted her to stay here forever, they cut the wings, so she was obliged to stay here and protect forever the people of Athens. This is the story about the Nike wingless victory temple. So victory with no wings. Okay, now you see the wall. You see the wall. The Acropolis was always and above all a citadel. It was a castle. So that was the safest place to be. Like the Acropolis we talked the first day of Acropolis. The same thing, every city had an Acropolis. It was a castle, so in case of any war, it was difficult for the enemy to get up here. And at the same time, they had a nice inspection of the whole area, people who were at the top of the Acropolis.
Do we still have that wall? Do we still?
Yes. Yeah. You can see part of the wall around. Okay. The age of all these temples is 2,500 years old. This time, the 5th century before Christ, we call it the Golden Age of Athens, because Athens at that time was the most powerful sea city. It means that there were ships, they were owning ships traveling around the world, importing, exporting products. So the great amount of money from people was coming from trade, mainly. And the port of Piraeus was used as a central port of Athens since that time, which means that the age of both harbor and the monuments of the Acropolis is the same, 2,500 years old. Thank you. Now, the material used for everything up here is marble. You remember the first day we saw the Olympic Stadium, which was a marble stadium, and we said that the same type of marble was used for these temples as well as both stadiums. So it means the same quarries, ancient quarries, were used for almost 2,000 years. Now that we exhausted, we don't have any more. But it was used, the same marble quarries, until 1896, end of the 19th century. Marble from a quarry which is about 15-18 kilometers north of Athens. The city of Athens has been surrounded by 4 mountains, so one of these 4 mountains in the north gave all the marble here. Now, where I'm pointing behind us is the south, the north, east, and west. So, the Acropolis is right in the middle of the city. And when you get up there, you see that the whole town is built around here. Athens became the capital in the year 1834. 1834. You remember we said that that was the year, Athens was not the first capital, but it was after our independence from the Ottomans. They decided to make this place a capital. And by that time, the population of this place was only 7 8,000 people. 7 to 8,000 people. A village, Athens was a village, 1834. Today, 4.5 million. So all that great change happened the last 200 years. Okay, now you know the way down, which is the exit, you know the time.
Stadium?
No. This is the southern slope. We don't see that now. As we walk up, we see this theater.
Okay, this is
Theater. This is Roman time. This is Greek time. This we see as we walk up because we follow this path here, going up. So we see the backside of this stage. This is Roman time, and this is one of the few ancient active theaters we have today in Athens. Every summer there is a festival.
What about the other one? Also
The Greek, no. The Greek is ruins, just ruins, very few ruins. We don't see anything of this. We see this, as we walk, we see this.
This is the backside.
It's been reconstructed, this has been destroyed, we don't see, and we see the temples at the top of the
So
Acropolis.
these three, Doric, Ionic, Horic, all
These are all the different types of the capitals. The capital is up here. Capital is the top of the column. This is just the top of the column. And there's three different styles. It's Doric, Ionic, Corinthian. These are the three.
This is Athena.
And this is the statue of Athena. I'll show you the statue of Athena later on. I have a
Okay, we better go now. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, let's move. Jalan.
Si vede quel camino blu con la macchina bianca. Lasciamo i cammini passare Okay, now I don't see anybody. Probably they want to stay down. They know the time they need the two gods. Remember, Athena and Poseidon. You see an olive tree there? Okay, that was planted on the most sacred spot up here. They believe that goddess Athena planted her own olive tree over there. So, behind...
Is the same olive tree than 2,500 years old?
No.
Okay.
How many
Behind me you see the longest and the biggest and the most impressive and the most famous of all ancient Greek temples. This is Parthenon. The back side, the orientation of all temples was towards east. This, what we see when we get up, right here with the scaffolding, is the west. Which means this is the back side. Back side is over there. Main entrance is the other side. Behind, at the back of the temple, there used to be the statue of the goddess. Have a look here. Hold on. Behind there. Athena. This is the statue that was inside the long, big temple you see here. Athena was like a warrior, as you see, holding a shield, helmet, spear, defending her city. The material used was 24 karat gold. The yellow dress, 24 karat gold. The white parts, ivory. Is one of the masterpieces of ancient Greek art. This statue was never found, but we know how it was because we have lots of descriptions by the ancient authors telling us and describing us that statue. The height was 13 meters, 1-3. You see this height? You black shade here. Can you see? This is the height of one of us.
Oh, story.
Standing before the statue of the goddess. The head was almost touching the roof.
Oh, now story.
Yeah? Okay. Now, this is Athena. This is Athena. No other. This is Athena we saw. Okay. Now, when we have the great, when we had the great damage of all monuments here, that was the time of the Ottoman occupation. The year was 1687. The Turks were up here using this as a castle, and the Venetians from Italy invaded, you remember Corinth was a Venetian fortress. So the Venetians many times were trying to capture things from the Ottomans. So there was a war about access. The Venetian army started bombing this place. And as the Turks used this temple for the storage of gunpowder, there was an explosion, not only one, many explosions. And that was the time we have the greatest damage up here. The first restoration took place at the end of the 19th century, about 50 years after we got our independence. They did lots of mistakes. Because now you see, since 1975, there is a new restoration going on. Among other things, what they tried to do is try to correct the mistakes they did the first time, and which was the most serious of the mistakes. As you see, a pillar is not one piece of stone. It consists of all these drums. Right in the middle there is a hole and a piece of a joint, a piece of metal, which keeps them together. At the first restoration, they used iron, and the iron caused rust. Now they have to dismantle, not now, but it's been years now, they try to dismantle and rebuild all that by using titanium. This is
Titanium.
the metal they're using now. Okay, now, expensive, but there's no other way to maintain all this.
So do they believe they are the original walls? They believe they are the original walls? The walls, are they original?
The walls, inside there was a wall, not outside. Outside we had the pillars. Now, what else you see from here? You see on your right a hill. The real highest hill is that hill, 267 meters. But the reason, as we explained the first day, they didn't build anything there, and they built here is because it's sharp, no space. Second reason, 3 springs with water up there. No water up there. And to have water in a citadel is the most important thing. In case of any siege, what people needed most up here was to have water. Okay, now, I don't want to keep you more with all this crowd.
What is that?
At the top is a church. And there is a funicular you can get up there. Now, in case it's 10:30. Parts of Greece. And as we said the first day, almost 80% of Greece's mountains, which means Greece is quite a mountainous country. Few plains and many mountains. The highest of the mountains we see tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is Macedonia in the north of Greece. Greek is pronounced Christos. Christos. So these are the initials, and then there are another two letters. One is on the left and the other is on the right. This is the first and the last letter of the alphabet. Which is the first letter of the Greek alphabet? Alpha. And the last is Omega. So what does that mean? You see in every church that Christ is the beginning and the end. Okay, this is one of the symbols of the emblems behind many churches. We said before that orthodoxy in Greek means the correct belief. This is the Hebrew word, orthodoxy. And that the separation took place in the middle of the 11th century. So, some things are different between the churches. The basic thing is explanations about the origin of
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. My feet may fail and fear surrounds me.
I think last time I've got also very good computer. Fix the computer, right? Yeah, last year then. Yeah, lor. Aiyo, perfect, you know. Not one different. Chào các cháu.
And keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. So
enjoying the view, drinking coffee, relaxing, chatting, gossiping.
You look at me, I look at you.
It's a lovely town.
Fishing too? You're fishing? Oh yeah, one that. Một個人釣嘅啫。邊個有啊？釣曬啦。冇㗎啦，係啦，好矮喎。哇！一跳去都跳跳啊！
Which is the most popular coffee in Greece? No, frappe. Frappe iced coffee. All young people, no, young people don't drink Turkish coffee. It's only for old people. Young people drink frappe iced coffee. Okay, it lasts more time. You can spend 2 hours drinking iced coffee. Turkish coffee is in a small cup. You drink it in 10 minutes. And you have to go from the cafeteria. You see the white tower, the emblem of the city. Today, repeat, is a Byzantine museum. Opposite on the left, you see the municipal theater of Macedonia. Kalimera! You check everything before we left? Everything is with you, passports, because otherwise you stay in Greece. Check your passports, IDs, money. Any toilet stop before we go? Good.
Oh yeah, but us, for us, we care about the coffee. Maybe we all got
Every hour you can do 100 hours and you see somewhere you can stop. Hell first. I just done
You drive back here for lunch.
At least now I do it. Otherwise, how do you leave you
It's a lovely morning. As they told me, I said it's a bit cold, but they said no, it's fresh. Okay, it's fresh. Look at this lovely beach here. Huh? Still the water is cold. This is why you don't see anybody swimming. It's after middle of June that we have people coming to swim because the temperature of the water is getting warmer. So they said, yes, I heard the weather forecast. They said the rain this morning, but the weather is excellent. So far it's excellent. I don't see any clouds, any black clouds, so I don't think that there will be any rain.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for yet another day, a good night's rest, and a beautiful place like this. We thank you, Lord, for your blessing on us to be able to increase and join ourselves here. Pray, Lord, that keep us all in good health and give us continue the good day, good weather, good time together, protection
So today we are having the visit of Philippi, and before Philippi we have a short stop at the place of prayer where the early Christians were baptized. Well, I'd like to read again from the New Testament a few things about the Philippi. So Philippi, the first port, the entry of Christianity in Europe started from here. You remember those who could listen to what this DVD was about, I was showing yesterday. You remember that while St. Paul was in Troy. Troy is actually on the coast of Asia Minor. Troy was related with the famous Trojan War. The Greeks declared a war against the Trojans. Once it was a great power, great city, very powerful city. So that was the place where St. Paul, while he was there, saw a vision. He had a vision, and in his vision, a man appeared, asking him to start the ministry from Macedonia. Who was that man? That was just a vision, or? And of course these are ruins of Roman time because they're Roman inscriptions. This is what we find here is from the time, Roman. Before that time there was nothing here. We believe that the historians today believe that the house of Lydia was very near the river. And that this is why she was the first actually to believe and baptized. And most of the people believe that the hotel you see over there, can you see a very low hotel with 2 floors, the tile roof? Okay, that was probably built the place where the house was, because they found some ruins over there. Okay, we have a look in the church before we go to the other side.
sing a song for me.
And where I am going, lost in the shallows.